Setting up the stream.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead and close it record here. And for those of you who are listening on the podcast, we are setting up the live feed on YouTube. So bear with us because now I'm going to go ahead and share the link. And we are live. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Suds News, brought to you by Suds in the Squared Circle. I am Vinnie, and I'm joined by special guest co-host Angela Ryan-Duncan, Professor Angela from Days for Dummies 10th floor podcasts. Christy is actually at the Chicago Bulls game with family tonight, so she could not make it. So I had to pull her chitter. Angela, welcome.
Thank you, and I'm always happy to hop in and talk to you.
Well, I definitely appreciate that. It's been fun, and it's been great to have you part of the Suds universe here. And we're all, we're all friendly. We're all working together and making sure that everybody's enjoying what's going on, especially in Port Charles and General Hospital. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Off the charts. I tell you, we watch live on Zoom every day. We do a group watch every day. And then we immediately do a rewatch after that for anybody who couldn't have joined in or for anything we might have missed. And then we usually do a third watch. And it's phenomenal. I have not been this excited to watch General Hospital since I was in high school.
Yeah.
I feel like running home, it's 2:00. Let's go. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's been absolutely fantastic. But before we get into anything in Port Charles, I do want to update everybody on Soap Suds March Madness, the inaugural Soap Suds March Madness that has been going on. We are at the Final Four, and we are currently, the polls are up for the Final Four from the General Hospital bracket. Laura Collins came out as champion from that bracket, defeating Felicia Scorpio in the Elite Eight round. And on the Days of Our Lives bracket, John Black came out as champion, defeating his son, Brady Black, in the Elite Eight round. So they are going against each other in the Final Four. Laura Collins against John Black is icon versus icon, akin to Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior from WrestleMania 6. So they're going on, and I feel like the John Black fandom has taken over. Currently, John Black is in the lead, but it is a 7-day poll, so you still have about 4 or 5 days to vote because it started on Friday. So get to it. And then in the other bracket, the other side, the Y&R champion, Devon Hamilton, came out ahead of the of Abby Newman, and he took home the Y&R crown. And he's taking on probably the Cinderella story of this tournament, Sophia Madison from the Bay champion, who bested the Bold and Beautiful champion, Eric Forrester, in the Elite Eight round. Sophia Madison, of course, portrayed by the late, great Jackie Zeman on the Bay. So currently she is ahead in the polls against Devon Hamilton. And then starting this Friday, which is the 5th of April, and that's going to be the championship 7-day tournament going on. And holy cow, this has been a fantastic tournament, inaugural. We're going to go through it every year. And anyways, have you seen the brackets for the
I have, and I have been voting, and I just put in my votes for this latest round.
Thank you very much.
This has been a lot of fun.
It has been, and it's
a lot of fun.
It's something different, and we're going to do it again next year. And hello, Petty is the new black.
That is
your YouTube. Okay.
That is my co
oh, okay.
partner in Petty.
Very nice.
Tony, and I would like to wish her a happy birthday. It is her birthday today.
Well, happy
So,
birthday.
yes.
Absolutely. And then hello, Nathan. Welcome to the chat as well. Also, programming note tomorrow night, 10 p.m. will be Dockside at the Bay right here. Kim and I will be going over episodes 1 and 2 from season 1 of The Bay, the actual series, which you can find on Tubi TV, Tubi TV, Amazon Prime, Peacock, and Popstar. So definitely watch those episodes, and we'll be talking about them tomorrow. Also, next week there will be no programming. I am going to be in Philadelphia from Thursday until next Tuesday for WrestleMania weekend, and I'm going to be going to Monday Night Raw next Monday, and I will not be here, and then Tuesday driving home. So we've decided there's going to be no shows next week, so you get a week off from Suds Media, but we'll be back the following week, and then that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And as always, we are an affiliate for the WWE shop. So go ahead and go to sudsandsquarecircle.com/wrestling merch. And we get that has the affiliate code in there. Buy what you want. We do get a commission off of that. And it helps the programming. All right. And yes, we will acknowledge the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. However, I personally feel that he's losing the title at WrestleMania. And they're going to be setting up for Roman Reigns and The Rock at SummerSlam. I have to say, before we get into anything with General Hospital, WWE has been on fire as well. It just seems to me like General Hospital and WWE are both getting hot at the same time. Also, happy anniversary, 61st anniversary to General Hospital. It was April 1st all the way back in
63.
1963. And now we have the great show that we love and is getting much better. All right. So, Angela, tell us what's been going on
With me or with General Hospital?
with you. Well, let's start with you.
Okay, well, we have launched our new site, pettyprattle.com, and our podcast network. We have a Patreon, Petty Prattle Podcasts. The links to everything is on our website as well. We have a Twitter, we have a Facebook, we have an Instagram, the whole nine. We're still rolling everything out, and we're actually going to be rolling wrestling into our playlist
Very nice.
starting next weekend, and we're very excited about that. Tony is a huge wrestling fan.
Okay.
And she's getting me into it as well. So we're excited about that change. And yeah, it's lots of great fun stuff happening.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And
Yeah.
I wish you all the best. And
Well, thank you.
as you grow your network, we all have to help each other. We're all helping each other grow our own networks.
Absolutely.
And
Plenty of room.
I've shared my story. I got back into podcasting. Thank you to the ladies over at Pier 54, but also James Law Jr. and
Mhm.
JLJ Media, which I've been doing some awesome audio dramas. So go
Mhm.
over to JLJ Media, and I was just in one regarding the Easter hare. So
Oh, that's fun.
yes, it was fun. But anyways, so now tell us, we've been going off about everything else, but you came here to listen to and watch about General Hospital, and I'm telling you, it's been heating up into can't miss television.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
Even stories that I haven't been interested in. The I mean, I watch live all the time because of what I do. But there were times where watching live, you're just like, oh God, can it please end?
Mhm.
There hasn't been any of it.
Yeah.
Any of it. Okay, I'm a huge Elizabeth Corte fan.
Yeah.
Going back. Of course I am. I'm a Carly fan first. She's
Yep.
a Carly fan first. I am also when they announced Patrick Mulcahy as her co-head writer,
Yep.
it was like my birthday and Christmas all rolled into one. It truly was. They are my dream head writing team. And they have been showing everybody why.
Yeah.
General Hospital's not missing beats anymore. They're
Right.
playing.
Yep.
All of them. The interpersonal relationships, the family stuff, the romance, the angst. I mean, they're doing it all.
Yeah.
It's all so good.
Yeah, no, it has been fantastic. Now, everybody knows I watch on Hulu just because of my job. I can't watch it live. So
Hmm.
I do watch it on Hulu, and there are times where I find myself making sure I'm getting home, and turning it on right at 8 o'clock when it posts, or as soon as I get home, because it has
Hmm.
been that good. And just with the bombshells that we heard about this week, and it just things come and make sense. We're not left hanging thinking
Hmm.
as to why something is happening. So we just to let everybody know, we did find out that Valentine has been the head of Pikeman since now Jack Brennan instead of John Brennan. They did change his name.
Well, they didn't change his name because Jack is actually a nickname for John. John F. Kennedy, they
Yeah,
called
that's
him Jack.
true. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so he called him Jack, and so while Brennan, the former head of the WSB, and Pikeman has been in prison, Valentine has assumed the role. And what a swerve that was. I was not expecting that.
Well, no one was expecting it, but I think there's another swerve coming here.
Absolutely. I think so too.
I think Valentin's playing double agent and he's trying
It's
to
a
take
possibility.
Pikeman down.
Yeah,
I don't think he's working with Jagger, though. I think he's working with good WSB, and the WSB and the FBI don't know what each other are doing.
which is normal. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, and the fact that Jason was a mole, the fact that Valentine told Brennan that Jason was a mole, put in there by the FBI, and now he's being held. Now he's going to be exonerated because Dante woke up, and
Mhm.
Dante woke up on Friday, and he did verify that Jason was not the one that shot him.
Mhm.
Those charges are going to be dropped.
Yep.
However, we'll see the fallout, how that's going to be. I did not watch today's episode yet, so I'll watch that afterward.
Actually, the charges have been dropped. Elizabeth today congratulated Jason on the charges being dropped.
Yeah, and
So,
it just makes sense that everybody that talked to Jason earlier in the week, even while
mhm.
he was being held, when they asked him, "Did you shoot Dante?" and he said no, everybody,
Mhm.
everybody said, "I believe you,"
Right.
because Jason has always been that close to everybody. The explosive scene though between Jason, Carly, Sonny, and Ava was fantastic. And
It was.
Sonny is spiraling out of control.
Mhm.
And this has happened before. And that was when, his meds were being tampered with, or he stopped taking his meds. And we found out Valentina has been doing the same, doing that to him now.
I disagree. I don't think Valentin started it yet. And
Really?
I don't think he ever is going to. If you listen to what he actually said, he
Mhm.
said, I've made contact with the supplier of his medication.
Right.
Sonny will be getting his
Uh,
prescription
okay.
at 1/4 strength. And then he said he's already been derailing.
Yeah.
He beat up Cyrus. To me, that what Valentin was saying is that nobody will suspect a med change because Sonny's already going off the rails. Because Sonny goes off the rails
Yes.
even on his medication. However, Sonny's been drinking,
Yes.
and that can mess up your medication.
Yep.
So I don't know if the med switch is actually going to happen because, again, I don't think that Valentin's actually on Brennan's side. So he could be saying it to mess with him. I know there's a big controversy, and we'll find out.
Yeah.
But it seemed to me that the way Valentin was phrasing it, it was this is the plan going forward.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll find out how that ends up going to come to fruition, and if
Hmm.
so, and
Yeah.
that's actually a really good theory if Valentine is playing two ends against the middle, because he
Hmm.
was the go-between for Pikeman and Sonny. So it just
Right.
makes sense that he's being trusted by Pikeman, so
Hmm.
he's going to end up taking them down. Now,
Hmm.
of course, the WSB and the FBI adds a wrinkle to it because you have Jagger Cates who's trying to again do the same thing and take down Pikeman. Um, And then if the WSB is doing the same thing and they're not communicating, there's
Hmm.
some kind of an explosion there as well. Um, but I'm here for it.
Oh, absolutely. I am too. And I just want to point out, my girl didn't have to ask Jason.
No,
She knew immediately.
yeah, she did.
He didn't shoot Dante.
Yeah,
Period. End of story to all comers.
yeah,
She knows her man. Nope. Nope. Absolutely not.
yeah. And she knew that, and she actually put it out there from the very beginning. She's like, I don't even have to ask you,
Yeah.
and then Drew comes over and Drew breaks up with her because he's got doubts, and and he's like, now that my brother's back, I'm sure you're gonna want to be with him, and I don't want to get caught in the crossfire, and
Drew's been burned before.
exactly. Um, and you have to understand, we have to understand that Drew has a very bad inferiority complex when it comes to Jason.
So I was a crew fan. I mean, Charlie is my one true,
Yeah,
ship, but I was a crew fan. I liked him and Carly. I liked their chemistry. I like how he treated her. And I'm in a crew group chat. But I have always said to all of my crew friends, the second Jason is alive, this
yeah,
relationship no longer works, especially from Drew's point of view,
right.
because he has all of Jason's memories. He knows the bond Jason and Carly have.
Yes.
And he knows what happened last time, and he knows they fell back in love.
Yeah.
So Drew's going to dip the second he knows Jason's alive, because he's never going to, even if they were just friends, he
Yeah.
would never be okay with their closeness
Yeah.
after what happened with Sam.
Well,
There's no way.
and it comes back similar to a similar situation that Nina was always saying about Sonny. Carly will always come first to him.
Mm-hmm.
And many other women, and I think Jax has said the same thing. And they've all said that Carly comes first to Sonny. Well, Jason comes first to Carly, even
Yeah.
over Sonny,
Yeah.
because it's just that dynamic, and whether you
And
want to use the
Carly
term,
comes first for Jason.
yeah,
The ships have been complaining about it for 25 years since they ended and he started dating other women in 99 or after he came back in 2000. You know what I mean? Since
yeah,
then, the ships have been complaining about Carly coming first and Carly interfering, and Carly's ships have been complaining about Jason coming first and Jason interfering, and
yeah.
this is them.
Yeah, and again, if you are watching live, thank you so much for watching live. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, get notified, because we do provide a lot of programming, and we're providing not only the Suds news but also Dockside of the Bay every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. And as sporadic as I do it, Squared Circle news. If I had a permanent co-host for that, I'd probably do it more often, but that is on here as well. And I do shorts. And I'll be doing a lot of shorts coming up this weekend while I am in Philadelphia for WrestleMania. Because I'm going to every available thing that I can go to. So just to let everybody know, Thursday night I'm going to be at the old ECW arena, the 2300 arena in Philadelphia, at a WrestleCon indie show. And then Friday night, I'll be at SmackDown with the Hall of Fame. I also have tickets to WWE World at the Pennsylvania Convention Center on Friday as well. So I'll be there. And then Saturday during the day, I'll be going to NXT Stand and Deliver. Then WrestleMania Night 1, Saturday night. Sunday, I'll be at WrestleMania Night 2. Monday, I will be at Monday Night Raw. So I have a jam-packed week, and I'll be posting shorts and videos and a whole lot of stuff, hoping to get some interviews if I can. Of course, I won't have a press pass, so I'll see what I can do and try to get my name out there. But so yeah, definitely get notified for anything that comes up for Suds Media, and from Suds in the Squared Circle, as well as go to our website, sudsandsquaredcircle.com. All right. Back to General Hospital. And the fact is that so there may be some kind of an argument brewing between your Jarly fan nation and the Liaison fan nation, because they all, both fandoms want Jason with their stuff. I'm
And
on
the
Brit.
JSAM fandoms too. JSAM fandom is in
Oh
this
yeah,
in this
JSam
fight
too.
too.
Yep. Yep.
Yep, absolutely.
I preferred Brit with Jason, but that's just me. I thought it was new and refreshing, and I thought they had a lot of chemistry.
Jason, Steve Burton's a great actor.
Yes,
And I
yes.
think he has chemistry with anybody he is paired with.
Yeah, he
My
does.
thing about this, I could never be a fan of Jason with somebody else. I
Hmm.
could never ship that because Carly's going to come first.
Yeah,
Sonny's going to come first. The mob's going to come first. Her kids are going to come first. You know what I mean? So that just kind of rules out me shipping him with anybody else.
makes
You know what
sense.
I mean?
Yep.
But people like what they like. That's how it goes.
Yeah. Nope,
It
you're right.
is. You know, I just
So Jason did come forward and tell Anna his story, saying that
some of it.
yeah, some of it, that he was arrested by the FBI in Greece after he crawled out of the rubble, and that he's been working undercover in Pikeman. I don't know. No, I don't think he named Pikeman, but I think he did say,
No, I think he did.
oh, he did.
He did.
Um,
Yeah, because Anna was like, "Oh
oh
yeah,
yeah,
I know
yeah, yeah,
that."
Pikeman. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So he's been working as a hired mercenary and
Mm-hmm.
contractor, trying to get information to the FBI because the FBI is holding RICO violations over on his head and a lot of charges.
Now, who do you think the RICO violations are on?
I think they're on Carly.
I do too. I think he absolutely lied to Sonny when he said himself.
Yeah.
And I think the reason he did that is that when he walked into Sonny's apartment, he heard her defending herself to Sonny that she hasn't been conspiring with him all along. So
Right.
if he had said to Sonny, "I'm protecting Carly," that would have just added fuel on
Yes.
top of Sonny's fire that was going on. So I think,
I I almost expected him to say that he was protecting Sonny.
yeah, I mean, I went back and forth about that one. My thing is that he'll protect Sonny a lot.
Yeah.
I just don't think he'd have stayed away like this to protect Sonny because
Yeah.
he knows he has to protect Sonny from himself as well.
Yeah. And the fact that Sonny doesn't have a right hand right now, because
Mm-hmm,
other than Frank, who stands outside his door, but Jason is not currently the enforcer there. He got
mm-hmm,
rid of Dex, and even after finding out that Dex saved Dante's life, or at least the perception is that because Dex and Joss came after
mm-hmm,
Jason called 911 and got the pressure
mm-hmm.
bleeding. I would have thought that Sonny would have gone to Dex and been like, "Why are you back here?" And and kind of hashed it out, so to speak, and thanked him for saving his son. But he didn't.
That's not Sonny. Sonny's never going to do something. One, Sonny's not going to take himself away from the tongue bath Ava's giving him about
True.
how great he is.
Yeah,
Sonny needs but no, he was never gonna. Being Sonny means you never have to say you're sorry.
true. Yeah.
You
But
know.
that kind of brings me to another question in that
Mhm.
when when um Ava noticed that Sonny got the text that Dante was awake, what was the reason for hiding the phone when she just went over and said that he was awake anyways? I didn't get
I think
that.
she wanted to be the bearer of good news.
Okay.
I'm also wondering if Ava is plant there. I'm wondering if has her there watching Sonny to make sure Sonny doesn't mess up him trying to take down Pikeman and protect Sonny
Yep.
or something like that. But I think that Ava might be falling for him as well,
Yeah.
but she wants to, there's definitely something up.
There is. There's definitely
But
something to it.
she wanted to be the bearer of the good news and it got her in his good graces.
Yeah.
And then it was really funny how, he had all these questions about his son, and then well, should I call the hospital? And he's like, no, 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 we're good.
Yeah. Right. I don't know. That does make sense, if Ava is a plant and like trying to keep Sonny cut off from everybody, and make it seem like he's even worse, that he can't trust anybody else. So that does make sense. I just thought it kind of weird, like, normally when somebody hides the phone, they don't want them to see a message. But
Right.
if they're going to say the message anyways. But either way,
Yeah. I think she just wanted to be the one to be able, because then it just kind of makes her look good
yeah, yeah.
that
Right.
she,
All right. So moving on from, we brought him up a little while ago. Dex obviously back in Port Charles, and um he has now been offered the position of police officer from Police Commissioner Anna Devane. And that's something that I never thought would happen, but she made a good point saying that he's ex-military, and he's got the training already, and he knows the inside scoop on Sonny's organization. So it makes sense. And we lost Angela, so she should be back momentarily. We'll hope that her connection is getting better as it comes on. But anyways, yeah, so Dex is now and he's decided to accept the offer. Because last we left off, he told Joss that he had a reason to stay in Port Charles. And that means that it's he's going to be accepting the position of uh, detective or what have you. So either way, that's going to be something to see. Absolutely. All right. So moving on. Um, so with everything going on with Jason being back in Port Charles, obviously he has children there, and that is Danny, who is Sam's mother. Sam is his mother. Sam's son, and Jake. Two totally different uh personalities between Jake and Danny. We've talked about it previously on this episode on this show. And Angela is joining us back.
sorry about that. My internet is being wonky.
No problem. I figured that happens here all the time. Um, so I just brought up the fact that we now have a new police officer in Port Charles. Dex was offered the role by Commissioner Anne Devane, and all signs point to him saying yes, that he's going to take the job.
Yeah, today Anna talked to the person in charge of accepting people into the police academy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to sign on my other computer, and now it's like trying to ping it twice. Hold on, I'm gonna get this.
Well,
Oh,
and we
good
have
Lord.
an Angela clone coming up momentarily.
Yes, exactly. Right. Um,
Okay.
so yes.
All right. I think she froze again. Oh,
So um so I'm wondering if he's gonna end up working with Jason.
that would actually be something that nobody would have seen coming if that happens, because everybody thought that Dex was Jason's replacement. And then when Jason comes back, Dex was going to get the boot. But we know the story has gone in a much different direction. So it could be that, Jason decides to, or Dex decides, or Dex is thrown into that whole situation undercover with Pikeman, um, with Jason. So it's a possibility. And I would enjoy seeing something to that effect.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Tony's going to kill me. Don't tell anybody, tell her I said this, but I think I want Dex to turn out to be Jason's son. I think that would be awesome. I have a whole
There have been
backstory
rumors.
in my head for it. Yeah.
There have been rumors that
Hmm.
it could be the Dex could be Jason's son. There's also rumors saying that Dex could be Jagger Kate's son as well,
Or Dante's.
or
There's a lot
Dante.
of Dante rumors as well. A lot of people thought that that was going to be the big secret with him and Cody, was
Hmm.
that he had a kid that,
Well, we knew that Dante had a kid with Brenda.
nope.
Wasn't that
Dante said that
said
he was the
he had
kid's
a kid?
father to
That's right.
protect the kid
That's
from
right.
its
Yep.
actual mob son
Yes.
father. Yes.
Yeah. No. I. That's right. That's how it was.
Yeah.
Um. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It remains to be seen. There has to be some kind of a tie to somebody in Port Charles for Dex. Uh,
Yes.
you know, we do know that Cody is going to be taking some time away now that you brought him up. Cody has been
Hmm.
cast in an action movie. So he's going to be taking some very little time, maybe a week or two away from General Hospital.
Hmm.
Um, so good on Josh Kelly. I'm glad he's getting some good stuff. Um,
Hmm.
And before we get back to the storylines, I need to ask, it's been all over the internet. The rumors are flying. Has Nicholas Alexander Chavez been dropped from his contract status?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I
his
was
contract was
told,
terminated early.
I was told in January
Okay.
that when he left in December, he
Yep.
cleaned out his dressing room and said goodbye to everybody,
Wow.
which to me tracks because in December, he scrubbed everything GH related from his social medias.
Oh wow.
He had a
Okay.
bunch of Sprina stuff in his background for Twitter. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just, he had left to film his new thing, which is still filming.
Yeah.
They're not done. I don't know why people thought they were going to be done in February. The first season of that took 6 months to film.
Right.
There was no way. But they're still filming. And his contract is up end of May, very early June. It makes no sense to bring him back when they
Right.
know he's not staying.
Yeah.
So um there was a big brouhaha because everybody thought, oh no, he's gonna come back, he's gonna come back, he's gonna come back, even though he had scrubbed everything GH. And he downgraded his Patreon
Yep.
levels to get rid of the one-on-ones and stuff like that because he probably didn't want to answer when he coming back, when he coming back, when he
Yeah.
coming back. And then weekend before last, there was a big brouhaha because he unfollowed Avery Pohl, Sydney Michaela, and Tabiana Ali
Wow. Okay.
while still following other cast members. He
Yeah.
had also unfollowed Frank and GH, ABC's official account, and Mark Keshner, who he had been following. Now, the reason people know these things, just for anybody who might be asking, we're not really stalkers. It's just a good way to find out what's happening. We
Yeah.
watch who's following and who follows them because it is a good way to find out who's leaving. It's a good way to find out who might be coming on.
Yep.
It's usually one of the first indicators, which is why we watch those things. Same with how they have their social media bios set up. It's
Yep.
not about being stalkers, it's about getting information.
Yeah. Of course.
Um, and then so I think he unfollowed those three to kind of remove himself from the Spencer
Yeah.
eggplant wars, I'll call them to be nice on your podcast. Um, it was that's just that. But yeah, he's gone. He's not coming back. It makes no sense. Now, they were going to recast Spencer.
Okay.
A few weeks ago, they had screen tests.
Mm-hmm.
They have dropped that plan. They
Wow.
are bringing someone new in for Trina.
Okay.
I think they just didn't find anybody they liked as Spencer. So they switched gears, but maybe they saw somebody because Mark Teschner is very, very famous for somebody will come in for an audition for something and he'll be like, yeah, they're not right for this, but they'd be
But
great for that.
yeah.
Or they're a talent. Let's find a role for this person. He's done it continually for
Yeah.
well over 20 years.
Yeah.
He's a genius in casting.
Yeah.
So I think that that's probably what happened. Mark Teschner probably saw somebody because the producers were like, yeah, there's just no Spencer here. And he went, all right, well, what about this kid for somebody new for Trina?
Yeah.
Because I know that they screen tested with Tabiana Ali and
Mm.
Maura West.
Okay.
So they already had them with Tabby. So Trina's getting a new love interest.
Okay.
And Spencer's staying dead, at least for the time being.
Yeah. And you kind of saw it as
Mhm,
soon as he started working out more and getting into the gym and getting the six-pack abs and
mhm,
kind of that whole transformation. Not that he wasn't a great talent beforehand, but when he actually stepped it up and he signed on
mhm,
to the Netflix deal, it's
mhm.
like he's going places. So,
And he was never going to stay.
no,
He made it very clear to them
yeah,
that he had no intention
yeah,
of extended or re-signing his contract. As far as I have heard, from what I have heard, they didn't even try to negotiate because they knew.
yeah, yeah,
And they were just like, we're done. Because they're just really only going to give somebody with a big role so
yeah,
much leeway.
exactly.
They just are. Um, they had initially agreed to the monster thing because it was supposed to happen earlier,
Yeah,
which would have let them bring him back and have her. Honestly, if they had known it was going to be at this point,
yeah,
when you know what I mean, if they had known when they agreed to it that it was going to be taking place when it did, they probably would have told him no.
yeah, you're probably right. And that
Um,
was all done because of the writer's strike and the producer's
mhm.
strike.
The writer's strike, the actor's strike, it all
Yeah,
pushed it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And there was a lot of people talking about Nicholas Bechtel coming back as Spencer and that they should re-sign him. And he kind of put it out there saying, he's just committed to go to college. He's going off to
Mhm.
college, and he kind of put it out there that he's not coming back either.
Right.
You know,
I would like to say something about that whole thing, if it's okay.
yeah, go ahead.
Guys, I followed a lot of it. I mean, I didn't jump into that brouhaha about people that were bashing him in the
Yeah,
GH tag. All right. And I heard a lot of people this weekend saying, well, if they go searching for it in the tag, because he said he follows the tag and he saw the stuff.
yeah,
They go searching for it in the tag, they're gonna, they get what they get for going searching. These actors are still, these roles were still special to them.
yeah,
And when you follow people from GH, when you follow, like my entire For You feed
mm,
is filled with GH
yeah,
and the other soaps because that's what I look at. I
right,
never go to the You Follow feed. I always do the For You.
yeah,
And anything pops up that's tagged with one of the soaps. It's not me looking for it. It's, and like I've heard the same thing people said with, Laura Wright. Well, she goes looking for it. But I think the majority of what she sees on Twitter is things in the GH tag.
yeah.
That's what her looking for.
But
Knock it
and
off.
I agree, and that's what prompted me to put out the post that I did, saying,
Yeah.
it's and I'll read it verbatim because I did post it, and it's the truth. I have to get to it now, but basically, it was saying, for the people that, here we go. I wonder if the fans who claim that they love soaps, wrestling, entertainment, any kind of entertainment, really. It's not just soap Twix. It's not just wrestling Twix, you know.
Mm-mm.
But they never have anything positive to say about the form of entertainment they say they love. Are that they're the reason many of those actors or athletes or personalities are no longer on social media. You know, and not everyone, especially fans, are in the position to criticize. It's okay if you
Mm-mm.
like something. That's the point of entertainment. But treat others, especially those who do it for a living, with respect. You know, we just had Zelina Vega, who's a SmackDown superstar, delete her Twix and just and turn it off because of the same type of stuff. And there's no reason for that.
Right. And you can be critical
Yeah.
without being a D-bag.
Right.
You can.
Oh, you
Period. End of
often censor
story.
yourself on my show.
Okay, well, I didn't know. You can be critical without being a douchebag. You can.
Exactly.
You can. And the thing is this, if you want, there's no reason that you have to put it in the GH tag if you want to bash these actors.
Right.
Keep the GH tag out of it. If
Right.
you want to bash
Or
somebody,
don't
keep the
tag
damn
them. Or right.
to a group chat. Go over to Daytime Dish. It's all anonymous. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just you can post whatever you want over there. You bash whatever actor you want, say whatever you want. Go to Daytime Dish. It's a message board. You don't even have to register. You can post anonymously. Just how would you feel if somebody was doing that crap to you?
Yeah.
And it's funny because a lot of the people that were, oh, I can say whatever I want are very, very, very not that way if somebody is talking about their faves.
Yep. Exactly. No, you're exactly right. And I
You,
completely
you
agree.
know, so
There have been people that I've blocked on both my personal and the Suds.
and I got bashed. Mhm. I got bashed a while back for I was trying to call out the hypocrisy
Yep.
of a group of fans who were bashing Eating McCoy for winning the younger actor Emmy.
Yeah.
And it was a group of Becky Herbst fans.
Mhm.
And I pointed out to them that their girls' nominations had been in that same category back in the day.
Yeah.
And she was older than Eden, and
Mhm.
she hadn't even won it.
Yeah.
And one year she submitted to it, she wasn't even nominated, and the girl who did win it was like 9.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to point out the hypocrisy, and I was called everything but a child of God, let me tell you. And I got, what if she was reading this? How would she feel? Just like, are you? And then I'm reading this weekend. And I'm like, are you people kidding me?
Yeah. No, it's
Because it was
true.
that
Yep.
same group of people. And I was just like, the cognitive dissonance, it just, I'm baffled. I'm,
Yeah.
and
No,
Ryan Peavy was incredibly right about what he said about soap Twitter. He
yes.
was every single word,
Yeah.
every word.
No, it's soap Twix, it's wrestling Twix. They're all toxic, in my opinion.
Mhm.
There are the people that do post rational and intelligent and logical stuff, but it's and social media itself is toxic because everybody feels anonymous and they can post whatever they want. And you're right. If you are on social media, you can post whatever you want. But don't expect people to actually enjoy the interactions with you if you're going to bash everything all the time or
Yeah,
harass people because of whatever. And it's okay to dislike characters that somebody is playing, but
yeah,
to bash actors portraying them, well, that's just wrong.
exactly. I mean, the hatred that some of these actors get, and yes, I know she's my fave, but Laura, right?
Yeah,
Did she run over these people's puppy?
yeah,
Like seriously, there was one person who was like, she gets everything she wants. She must be giving Frank a blowjob under his desk. And I'm like, you realize Frank's gay, right? She went, well, that's why I said blowjob instead of sex. And like, that's so not how gay works, but okay. But what is wrong? Seriously, what is wrong? What did this woman ever do to you
right.
that you would say something like this? Seriously. There's a woman now a poster now who like bashes her every freaking day. And last year during the convention, the star had a post and tagged GH tag in it because she had at the convention and she was like somebody had called her ugly or something like that, and she was feeling really insecure. And she had posted about it. I saw it because she was in the GH tag, and she said, "You are beautiful, no filters needed."
Mhm.
And this woman bashes her up and down. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah,
She defended you. I can't with some of these people.
yeah.
I
No,
can't. But
I agree.
it is what it is. You're not going to change them.
Yep.
You know, be better. People, be better.
Yeah, no, it's just it is. It comes down to being better. And we're gonna end up beating this with a beating this like a dead horse because that's exactly what it boils down to. All right, let's get back into General Hospital stuff and actual news from this past
Mhm.
week. Um, so
Yes.
um, we find out that all right, so Finn and Gregory and that whole situation there. Um, Finn, from what I know, Finn called one of his specialist friends to
Hmm.
just take a second look at Gregory's condition. Are we setting up for another misdiagnosis? Or is this going to be
I
the
don't think so. I think this is going to be so is because when they said that he was diagnosed at the Mayo Clinic,
Yep,
and while every medical facility is could possibly misdiagnose somebody,
yeah,
I don't think General Hospital is going to pin something like that on the Mayo
no,
Clinic.
no, they're not.
I think that I think they're going to kill him off. I don't know when. I mean, they have him declining. I know that Chase and Brooklyn are married next week.
Yep,
The wedding is going to be next week. Um, I don't know. I mean, it probably a May sweeps thing, I'm thinking.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. And I just really like, the character of Gregory kind of came in, and even though there is some hate for the character, but I am enjoying him and Tracy, you know, and
Yeah,
and the change in Tracy has been a 180 compared to, who she generally is. She's been a lot softer, a lot kinder, and it's amazing to me that it's all because of Gregory.
it is. Um, but Tracy has this habit too. I mean, when she falls for somebody, they can usually, bring that sort of thing out for her. She doesn't fall very often like that, but she is definitely falling for this guy. And I've loved the stuff with her in Brooklyn.
Yes, I have to.
I have just been over the moon. Yeah, Tracy's just fabulous. She really is. Um, yeah. And I like her and Gregory as well. I know it's not long for this world. I
Yeah,
love their chemistry,
I do
and I
too.
would love for her to meet his previously unknown twin brother at his funeral and them to hit
Right.
it.
Yeah.
But we're probably not going to get that. But it would be great because they have
Oh
such
yeah.
great chemistry. But we'll
Well,
see.
Gregory Harrison in general is a fantastic actor, and he's
Oh yeah.
for this run on General Hospital. Um, all right, so we know that um Trina is still mourning Spencer, and on Stella, I have to say she has been on
Hmm.
fire recently as well. She's had a lot of scenes, and Fernie Watson is fantastic. You know, there are people that may know her as the receptionist at the hospital on The Big Bang Theory,
Hmm.
or but we know her as Aunt Stella, and she has been having a lot of stuff going on. She called out Tracy, last week. She called her out, regarding, right after the situation when Marshall found out why he was or a potential reason why he was misdiagnosed. And, she was on a high from that, which is understandable,
Yeah.
completely understandable. And then she did apologize to Tracy and they kind of talked things out. And Tracy even apologized as well. Um, but this
They were
week,
so great. I loved that scene.
that was the fire scene, absolutely. And then we did see Stella and Trina this week, as
Hmm.
was comforting her, and just
Yeah.
the amount of empathy that she portrays,
Hmm.
and then she was talking to Sam about, them wanting to bring Dante to Turning Woods.
Hmm.
Sam's like, well, are you giving him a death sentence because you don't think you can
Correct.
do anymore? And she's like, no, they just have more stuff and a better,
Mhm.
they're better equipped to deal with what Dante may need going forward.
Oh yeah, she handled that masterfully.
She did, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, but sorry about that, folks. But
So,
um, she puts the empathy in the character. Having her as
mhm,
a patient advocate for General
mhm,
Hospital was the perfect role for her.
absolutely.
We haven't seen Felicia at all in that role, and she was training to become a patient advocate.
We have because we saw her do it with Adam.
That's right. Outside of that, past that, we
Yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Well, she's been a little bit, babysitting
yeah, of course.
Madeline and her daughter's love life.
Yes, exactly. Um, we haven't had much movement outside of with Spinelli and Maxie, except for the first
Mhm.
week when they saw Jason in a drone shop.
Yeah.
Um, so we don't know where that's going. Is Spinelli still there at Maxie's house? Is he's we don't know that.
Well, I mean, yeah, we saw them last week because he's helping her with the deception stuff, the
Right. Yeah.
security at
Yep.
deception.
Yep.
So we saw that. But yeah, I want to see more. I forgot how much I love Spixie,
Yeah. I
but
enjoy
it's
them.
back full force. I just absolutely love them. And Kristen Storms has been reinvigorated,
Yes.
I think.
Oh yeah. I
Absolutely.
absolutely love Kirsten Storms. I love the character of Maxie. Um,
Mhm.
absolutely. Um, so you know, um, while you were before you came back from your internet issues, I did bring up that um the fact now that Jason is home, now we're dealing with Jason as a father, and Dan
Mhm.
Jake have two different outlooks on Jason. You know, um
Yes.
they are each a personality of Jason. Danny is Jason Morgan, Jake is more Jason Quartermain, in terms of
I,
how they're acting.
I don't I don't know. I think it's more old school Jason Quartermain and AJ Quartermain.
Okay.
I thought it was like, especially the stuff with like the vaping and stuff like that. It
Yeah.
was very reminiscent of Jason Quartermain finding AJ drinking
Okay. All right.
when they were teenagers and trying
I
to,
wasn't watching back
stop
then,
his
so
brother. Yeah, it was. I mean, I guess the argument could be made about Jason Q versus early Jason Morgan. Um, but I mean, he's not like Jason now.
no, no,
So,
right.
you know, and I don't know. I don't know if, I mean, I guess that could be, yeah, just with the vaping scene, it was just too much age. I guess the argument could be made either way, yes.
Yeah, no, I can understand. I didn't realize that was the
Hmm.
dynamic of those two brothers growing up.
Oh yeah.
Um, but either way, Danny's another one. He knew, he asked his father if he shot Dante. Jason said no, he believes him. Jake, on
Hmm.
the other hand, is fully thinking that Jason shot Dante. You know,
They had a really, really great scene today when he went to Liz's. I think you'll really enjoy it. Um, yeah, Jake has a lot of anger at his father.
yeah.
Um,
And a lot of it has to do with what he himself has been through,
yeah.
especially finding
Oh,
Charlie shot.
Jake's anger at Jason is completely justified. I
Yeah,
love Jason because I love Jason and Carly, but he is a horrible father to any child that Carly has not given birth to. He
yeah,
just is. He
yep,
always has been. And I mean, the stuff with Jake wasn't entirely his fault because Liz pushed for Lucky to be his father. But I mean, he's even, Carly's and her kids still came first
yeah,
always anyway, you know, even after that and stuff. So Jake's entirely justified. And I want to see Jason be a father to his kids,
Hmm.
but Sam wasn't wrong in
Right.
anything she said. You know, she
Oh,
was completely justified in how she felt.
yeah.
Um, it's not going to work out the way she wants it to. And
No.
she's definitely not reading the room with Danny,
Yeah.
you know, but I would love for them to have Jason have these hard conversations and fix things with his boys.
Yeah.
Um, it's gonna be hard no matter who he's protecting, because he's definitely not protecting them from RICO charges.
Right. Exactly.
And I can't imagine that it's either of their mothers either. If
Right.
it's not Carly, it could be Michael. It could be Sonny. I've seen speculation about it being ELQ. All of those, I think, are possibilities.
Yeah.
I think Carly's still the most likely. Any of his
Yeah.
boys are going to have a problem with.
Exactly.
You know, you chose this. You chose to not only stay away, but let us think you were dead to protect this.
Yeah.
That isn't one of us.
Right.
It's going to be a tough sell, but it's not something they can't get past. And I would like to see them do it.
Oh yeah, no, I do want to see that. And you're right, they are going to be hard conversations, and especially with the two different personalities. I think Danny will be a lot easier to accept, the situation. I mean, he loves Dante. He understands that
Mhm.
Dante is more of a father figure to him, you know, but Jake, and because of all the trauma that Jake has gone through, being held captive
Right.
by Elena in general, and being brainwashed by the Cassadines, and then the entire situation, seeing Charlotte, be used by Victor, and then
Mhm.
seeing Charlotte be shot. And, I almost wish they went into that story a little better between Jake and Charlotte. I know Charlotte had surgery, or the portrait of
Mhm.
Fernandez had surgery, but I want to see them
Yeah.
get back to that, because being that Jake has experience with being brainwashed, you know, I would have liked to see him say, there's something similar there to when, I had
Mhm.
when Helena taught me
Yeah.
about the Chimera Project or whatever.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of surprised that Valentine didn't see it earlier.
Right.
But, that's again, we're talking about a storyline that's weeks ago that hasn't been followed up on because
Mhm.
the actor had surgery. So, again, you know,
Right.
it remains to be seen.
Right. Exactly. And I mean, they were planning on because James Patrick Stewart was supposed to be gone for 6 months
Yep.
because he had taken that time off.
Yep.
Up until the scenes we saw of him last week, everything else we had seen of him this year had been filmed in December before he left, before the break.
Oh, okay.
All that stuff with Nina and everything. He pre-filmed all of that stuff. He came back in March and they did a very quick, they've done a real quick turnaround with things. And at this point, they filming, well, they were dark last week,
Yeah.
but before the dark last week in April,
Hmm.
before the dark week. So they were doing stuff that was like a real quick turnaround. They were within 2 weeks of filming,
Oh, wow. Okay.
which is quick, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm with Valentin and Brennan were no more than 3 weeks old
Yeah. Wow.
because
Okay.
back March 4th, and those were filmed at some point after that. So yeah, but right now, I mean, I would assume this week that they started May
Yeah.
since they were at end of April,
Yep.
but they also do the block table. So things can be out of order
Yeah.
depending on what sets, you know, because since they don't have permanent sets aside from the hospital.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to see how that plays out. And
Hmm.
but I uh I really enjoyed I don't know, I've been enjoying this a lot. We saw Jason's arraignment as well this week. He gets a $5 million bond, Michael pays it. And I told my wife, I'm like, could you imagine just taking a checkbook and writing a check for $5 million? It's just it's something that you just can't relate to.
Oh, I know. But I did love a little interaction with Joss and Michael, where she's like, I hope you brought your checkbook. And he's
Yeah. um, Diane always kills it. I love seeing Diane on my
like,
screen, especially when she's in the courtroom.
and the CVS receipt line
Yes. Yep.
was hysterical. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I enjoyed that. Um, one thing I do have to bring up is we did see a scene between Anna and Robert this week.
Hmm.
Because Robert said that he was a chicken, because
Hmm.
he didn't have the balls to go out and be the DA against Jason because of his, Jason's relationship with Robin. Um, but I gotta say, something about Tristan Rogers had me worried. Is he sick? Is he, um,
He's old.
yeah,
He is. He's old and he has he has spent a lot of time being very rough on his body with drinking and, stuff like that. So, it's those things take the toll.
yep,
One thing I was thinking about that though, those scenes,
yep,
I definitely think it's about Robin, but
hmm
I also think it's about Diane.
yeah, that too.
I think Diane's a little bit of a factor too
Yes, absolutely.
for, you know, and I'm one of the, disco fans. I like Diane and Robert. I think they're cute.
I like Diane and Robert as well. I mean, you're gonna get. I see a lot of people having the hate because of Robert and Holly. Holly's not coming back full time. You know,
No, she's never going to come back full time.
no,
And it, it's
yeah,
a soap opera.
exactly.
It's a soap opera. People get paired off. That's just how a soap opera goes.
Yes, no, I absolutely love Diane. And just her quick wit. Carolyn Hennessy is fantastic. Just her quick wit in general.
Yes.
The
Hmm.
one-liners are just fantastic. And I agree, the comment about Jason's rap sheet being longer than a CVS receipt,
CVS receipt.
yeah, was hilarious.
Fabulous.
I love
Mhm.
that. Um, all right, let's kind of see what else that we have to go through. Um, all right, so we did see a scene, Curtis, who is thinking that maybe he was the intended target from the WSB or from the shooting at the Metro Court. Um, he doesn't know the whole story clearly.
Nope.
Um, but he's now thinking that he was the target and he's working on his physical therapy. He's working
Mhm.
to get to walk again. And he's showing some strength in his movements. Not there yet, but
Mhm.
um, I want to see. I don't know. I feel like Curtis in a wheelchair has kind of been stagnant, you know,
Yeah.
and I get it. He put away the bitterness and he finally got past that. And ever since that, it's like, okay, we've seen him get, a little bit of momentum and then just not
Mhm.
be on the screen, you know. Um, so I want to see them kind of wrap that.
Well, he's in the promo this week standing up.
Yeah.
In the promo, they show him standing up this week. And in the previews for tomorrow,
Okay.
um, he's talking with Stella.
Okay. Yep.
And she says something to him about why would you keep that hidden from your family or something. So I think maybe she knows or sees him or something. I don't know exactly, but yeah.
Okay.
So we're getting momentum with that story this week.
Okay, good. Yeah. No, I don't know. I just feel like that Curtis in the wheelchair was stagnant, and I'm
Mhm.
glad that they're gonna kind of rectify that situation.
Yep.
Um,
And Alexa's getting her law license back.
yes, I'm excited with that.
Me too.
I said it last week with Christy, and I said the new writers came in and they're writing a lot of wrongs.
Yes,
Oh, you know,
absolutely.
with with Alexis getting her law license back, and Diana's going to help her with the defense for it. Although the conversation that Molly had
Yep.
with Alexis, I thought that was a real life situation where Molly
Oh,
said,
absolutely.
I don't want to see you become a lawyer again because I don't want you to start drinking again. And I think that Alexis had the perfect response saying, I can never guarantee that I won't,
Mhm.
you know, but, you know, I think that she'll be in a better place.
And her and Diane talked about that today.
Okay.
Her and Diane were on today, and they talked about what Molly said, and they talked about, the whole thing, and it was really, really good. And again, this is, Elizabeth Corte and Patrick Mulcahy hitting those
Yeah,
beats,
exactly. And I'm liking,
these conversations where we wouldn't have that happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Although that's gonna be another hit to Drew is if Alexis gets her law license back, she won't be the editor of the Invader anymore. Um, and the fact that Drew gave Crimson back to Nina. So it's gonna be another hit to Drew. Drew's gonna lose.
Nina won't leave Crimson. Nina
What?
won't leave Crimson. Nina won't leave Crimson.
No, I'm talking about Alexis leaving the Invader if she gets her law license back. So, Drew will
Oh
have
yeah,
to take
that's
over
true.
the
So that'll
Invader.
be no, I don't think well, Drew has nothing to do with the Invader. Valentin owns the Invader.
That's right. That's right. It's Valentine. Yeah.
Right.
That.
So, and like today, Alex has had scenes with that gossip columnist.
Oh,
And
okay.
at one point, she was like, if you don't get out of my office, you're going to be the one in charge of editing the entire newspaper. So I think they might just say that he's going to be the editor or something,
Yeah.
and we never hear about the Invader again or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So I mean
Because
that
Nina won't leave.
no, Nina won't leave Crimson. And but you know what? I will say Nina got on my nerves. Oh my God, Nina got on my nerves this week.
At
Like,
court.
yes. Oh my God. Like just the insistence of having to find out what Sonny is thinking and everything for Sonny, and if he's in trouble, I need to know. No, you don't. Like he would have
Here's
never.
my thing. Her partner, Olivia, in the Metro court's sitting right there.
Yes.
Drew's sitting right there, her boss. Why is she asking them? Why isn't
Yeah.
she asking them? Why isn't she asking Christina? She just wanted to throw it in Carly's face about Crimson, and Carly couldn't care less because she thinks that, Drew firing Carly was, heartbreaking
Yeah.
for Carly when it was the breakup that was
Right.
heartbreaking, but she thinks Carly dumped Drew. So it's just at Carly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want her to walk in on Ava riding Sonny like a prize stallion. I swear to God.
Yes.
I so badly need this. I was hoping because there was the breakdown on Friday of Ava and Sonny sharing a moment to have Christina encouraging Nina to, keep being for. I was like, oh, please let Nina walk in on this kiss, but I didn't get that. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, she's gonna walk in on something.
Oh
She
yeah.
will.
Oh, absolutely.
These writers are not afraid of angst and soap.
Yeah. No, and I'm glad. I'm glad
Right. It's a
they're
soap
not
opera.
going to shy away from it,
Hmm.
because I feel like with the previous regime, they did shy away from a lot of what makes daytime soaps. They shied away from
Right.
a lot of drama. They took the easy way out. As Jim Cornette says, it was lazy booking, because that's what it was.
In what universe does Sonny not walk in to Jason and Carly in bed?
Correct.
In what soap opera universe
Right.
does
Exactly.
that, especially because it would have been a full circle moment
Yeah.
from Jason walking in on Carly in Sonny's shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, I,
Yep.
Chris and Dan, I wish them well. I'm glad they're gone.
Yeah. No, exactly. This is exactly what GH needed, and it's been a
Mm-hmm.
breath of fresh air. I hope they can keep the momentum
So
up. Um, but Elizabeth Corte has been there for 30 years now. And,
She's the longest writer. She's been there the longest of any of the writing staff.
and speaking of the writing staff, there was actually a writer that was let go this week.
There were a couple of writers go, and they were let go a while, but nobody, and people heard about it, but nobody wanted to say anything because people were fired. That it's common when regimes come
Of
in,
course.
writing regimes come in,
Yeah,
where they bring their own people.
of course.
So two of the breakdown writers so far have announced that they were fired.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure most, if not all, of the breakdown writers were fired,
Hmm.
and probably some of the script writers as well.
Yeah,
And they'll be bringing in their own people. I know Kate Hall is safe,
yeah,
but we won't know for a few months because even like Shannon Peace, who was the first to announce that she had been fired, Ashley Cook was the other one, but even Shannon Peace said that her last script that she worked on as a breakdown writer won't air until April, like
yeah,
mid to late April.
yeah.
So it's going to be a while before we
Right.
know. I know Kate Hall is safe. That's the end of the list of what I know is safe. So we'll see.
And it does make sense because when a new writing team, you see it all the time in sports, when a new head coach comes in,
Mhm.
they clean house with
Absolutely.
all the, it makes sense. You want to bring in people that are loyal to you, that you're comfortable.
Exactly.
When Triple
They
A
want
took
to
over,
know,
yep,
right. They want to know that their writers, the breakdown writers, the script writers, are going to translate their vision and their
yep,
outlines the way they want them done.
exactly.
It's simple. It's business. It's
It
not,
is.
and at the end of the day, a lot of people sometimes forget this show is a business,
Yes, it is. It's true.
you know.
And not to mention, it's you see it all the time in sports. You see it all,
Hmm.
when Triple H took over the head writing of WWE, a lot of Vince's
Hmm.
guys let go.
Hmm.
When
Yeah.
Vince back into power, he let go a lot of Triple H's guys, and
Hmm.
Vince is completely out and he's not coming back. Triple H's guys are back, back in there, and you see, it's the same thing. You need to have that complete rewrite and that complete retooling of the writing team,
Hmm.
of the higher ups, to
Right.
make sure the vision is complete. You don't want to have somebody there to
Right.
sabotage you, who
Well,
because of the
exactly. Exactly. I mean, like when a new executive producer comes in,
yes,
they get rid of directors, they get rid of, they bring in the writers that they want. You always see they have actors that they
yep,
want. And you see that across all
across
shows.
everything. Yep.
New showrunners come in, a lot of things change,
Yes, exactly.
and soaps need it. They've been on
Yeah.
for so long that they need turnover,
Of course. Yeah. No, they do.
because they produce so much content, it can get
Oh
stale.
yeah. And it's the same thing in wrestling. Back in the territory days, back in Memphis wrestling, Jerry
Mhm.
Lawler and Jerry used to switch off booking every 6 months. When Jerry Lawler would come in, he would
Mhm.
have his guys, his wrestlers come in. Jerry takes over the book, and then Jerry Lawler's wrestlers leave, and a new crop come in. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, so and you have to have that refreshing thing. You have 52 weeks of television a year. It's the same thing in
Yeah.
wrestling. So you need
Hmm.
to have people that are, having fresh ideas, because
Hmm.
there's only so many times you could see, certain stories
Right.
play out, but that's the way it goes. And a lot of these stories that we're seeing now are fresh. That it's not
Yes.
the same old trope.
God.
Um, yeah, I
I
know.
mean, we're like, and I can't tell you how many times in the Zoom at the end of the show, we're like, oh my God, this was a Friday show on a Tuesday. This
Yeah,
was a Friday show on a Wednesday. We
yep,
say it almost every day. It's insane how good this show is.
yep, exactly. All right, before we take off, I do want to go over a couple of different things. In that we are going to um or I do want to kind of go over a couple things. Where am I? Where did it go? Oh yeah, this Friday night on SmackDown, following SmackDown on Peacock, um, live from the Wells Fargo Center, you're going to see the WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony. It was announced tonight that Roman Reigns will be inducting Paul Heyman, um, as well as the rest of the class of 2024, besides Paul Heyman, is going to be Leah Maivia, who is The Rock's grandmother, who was also head of the Polynesian Pro Wrestling down in Hawaii, that was actually made famous by Young Rock, um, as well. Also, the U.S. Express, who was um, uh, Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham. Mike Rotunda being the father of Bray Wyatt. And they will be going in. Barry Windham will become a two-time Hall of Famer because he's in as part of the Four Horsemen as well. You also have, um, let's see, I'm trying to get to Muhammad Ali is going into the celebrity wing of the Hall of Fame. Well deserved for him. Still hoping that maybe next year we'll get Cyndi Lauper in. She truly deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Um, Bull Nakano is going in as well. She's for those of you who don't know the name Bull Nakano, she was she was in the WWE for a little bit of a run in the early 90s. She went back and forth with Alundra Blaze a lot with the women's championship, but had a very big career in Japan. And then Thunderbolt Patterson, who many people thought was a sleeper, didn't actually wrestle in the WWE at all, but he's going to be going in in the class of 2024 as well. So it's going to be a smaller class, but you know what? Paul Heyman going in Philadelphia makes complete sense. But and before we go, I do want to thank you for coming on, um, and filling in
Anytime.
Christy. Um, and as always, we do end this show with the thankful minute. So I'm going to go ahead and, of course, have my guest share what she's thankful for first. So I'm going to set 1 minute time on the clock. And Angela, what are you thankful for tonight?
As far as GH goes, or
Anything.
anything? My kids, my family, my fur babies, my new venture, my lovely partner, our soap opera family.
Mhm.
We fight in these Twitter streets and everywhere else, but we are still a family. Um, and just a great soap opera. GH is soaping, and hopefully our other shows will do the same. And just another beautiful day. And a day above ground is a good one.
That's very true. I agree.
So,
All right. Um, And now I'm going to go ahead and say mine. I'm thankful for my job that I got. I'm now working at Whole Foods that I announced before. I enjoy it there. And it allows me to have the schedule I have to keep up with my live shows um, on Mondays and Tuesdays. And I'm thankful for the great co-hosts that I do have, whether they're filling in as special guest co-hosts or whatever. I'm thankful for the people who are starting to recognize and just enjoy our podcasts, who are subscribing and liking the feeds, liking the shows. Um, and you know what? Yesterday being Easter, I'm thankful for just being able to spend time with my family. I'm thankful for being able to go to WrestleMania this coming week as a check off a bucket list item. And it's just a great place to be in all of the stuff that's going on and a lot of negativity in the world. I'm just happy that there is a good place to go, um and to provide some thankfulness in this world. Um but anyways, before we go, Angela, where can everybody find you?
PattyPrattle.com, Patty Podcasts on Patreon. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Patty Prattle, all of that. And of course, you can find me Brooklyn 74. We also have our podcast up on our YouTube page, Petty Prattle. And yeah, I'm just everywhere. Ask the haters.
Now, is
That's
that
all you.
Prattle, Prattle?
Yep, it's Pettattle.
All
Petty
right.
Prattle.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes.
As always, we are an official affiliate for WWE Shop. Go to sudsandsportcircle.com/wrestling merch. Get yourself an awesome WrestleMania XL swag. From there, we do get a commission on it, and that does have our affiliate link in the website. And tomorrow we'll be back. Tomorrow, 10 p.m. Dockside at the Bay will be reviewing The Bay, the actual series now on Peacock, Tubi TV, Amazon Prime, wherever you want to find it. Season 1, episodes 1 and 2. So make sure to tune in tomorrow night at 10. And then again, remember, next week we will not be here. I will be at Monday Night Raw on Monday night, and then Tuesday after traveling, we're going to take the week off. We will be back again on Monday, April 15th and Tuesday, April 16th. And at that point, we'll be able to announce the winner. Make sure to go vote in hashtag Soap Suds March Madness. We aren't the final four. So you have until Thursday to vote in the final four. And then Friday starts the actual championship poll. You'll have 7 days for that. So I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Again, hit that like button, subscribe, get notified. If you're listening on the podcast feed, give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, as there is no more Google Podcasts. But either way, we're everywhere. Go to sudsandsquarecircle.com and get all your information from Suds and Squared Circle. Angela, thank you so much for joining me today. And everybody else, we will see you tomorrow night for Dockside of the Bay. If
Anytime.
not, in 2 weeks for Suds News.